Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast here at Jab Boxing in Bushy with Anis Taj. How are you, mate?
How are you doing, mate? You alright?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm in a good mood. Told you I was out celebrating last night for personal reasons, and I'm feeling good, mate. I'm feeling good. Happy New Year, of course. Happy New Year
to all the IFL watchers. I was going to do a little zoom in like that and say, if there's any haters on here, keep hating. I like it.
2022 is the year of positivity.
It is.
I hope.
It is.
Fingers crossed. What was your Christmas break like?
It was alright. I'll come back from Pakistan in beginning of December, so I had a sort of the Christmas break was sort of getting back into boxing, just getting that fitness back, and then had a decent little few days off over Christmas, and then just really back in the gym, back to work.
We've got loads to talk about. A lot of sort of, although you haven't fought since, a lot has progressed kind of in the last few weeks or so. But quickly on 2021, you fought 3 times, 3 victories. You had a little trip away in the middle to Belgrade as well. Yeah. Belgrade, yeah. Belgrade in Serbia. Just your assessment and how your 2021 went?
It was good. Would have preferred more rounds. I mean, we got 3 rounds in Serbia before we knocked the guy out. August, that fight, it was all right. It was good. But again, 1 round against someone who, you know, he gave a decent account of himself, but for the few minutes that he was there, but it's neither here nor there. We want rounds because, you know, eventually I'm going to fight someone who is going to hit back and is going to stand there and not take a beating sort of thing. And he's going to come to try and beat me up. So, which is what we kind of got in October in the last fight. So 2021 has been a year of positivity. We've improved. I've improved greatly as a fighter. Me and Josh, our bond has gotten stronger. We've progressed in what we have, and we're looking to build on what we've built in 2021. We're looking to just, you know, further build on and progress what we've got through it. So in 2022, and you know, looking at the start of 22 has been good. You know, a few things have come out, a few things have happened. So we're looking forward to it.
Let's talk about those things. Pardon me. You have linked up with an IFL TV favourite. He's such a good interviewer. I said this to you. When he's on camera, he is brilliant. He's an IFL cult hero. Mr. Al Siesta.
Yeah.
Such a boy, Al Siesta. Just tell us how sort of that came about. I know there's like a bit of a backstory, and he kind of took a shining to you after one of your performances.
Yeah, well, he was matchmaking. He helped matchmake for a Tony Pill show in Watford on October 30th, I believe it was. And he ended up finding this guy. There was a lot of people, stuff was happening. People weren't wanting to fight. People were wanting to fight, but increasing, you know, their prices on what they wanted and stuff like that. So standard boxing things that happen. And he found someone who was willing to fight. But the only issue was the guy was 7-0. And Al said, look, I think it's worth a punt. Me and Josh both agreed that regardless of his record, it was worth a punt, because if we're not going to have another fight, with me, my trip that was coming to go to Pakistan, being out for 3 or 4 weeks, by the time I get back, there won't be a fight to end 2021. So we will, look, let's take the fight. It's a risk. Yeah, but it's a calculated risk which would be, you know, reap huge rewards. The guy, it was supposed to be for 6 rounds. He ended up saying, look, I'm only guaranteeing 4. So it was like, all right, fair enough. Look, that would be 4 more rounds. I was expecting it to last. So Al had sorted that out. We had a little chat. We sort of had a chat on the way in. We were just talking about, you know, what he's done as a manager. He was speaking about my boxing career and everything, and speaking about my opponent, and he was just asking if we'd figured out what sort of style we're going to go with, how we're going to go for him. And I told him, sort of kept myself a bit tight-lipped. I didn't want to reveal too much, because at the time I didn't know Al properly. So I didn't know him as in, like, is he someone who's going to be looking after me, or is he looking
Has he got your best interests at heart, or is he doing like a...
That's it.
Is he doing a spy job?
Yeah, that's at first it was like, oh, you know, I was like, oh, we'll see what me and Josh say. But me and Josh had already seen the guy box, and the guy didn't like going on the back foot. He was a front foot fighter. So what me and Josh had agreed is that we're going to put it on him to start. So rather than my normal sort of sit back, we was like, let's push forward and let's see how he responds. But Al loved it, because as Josh jokes, is I threw about 35 right hands in like one round, in less than a round, because it was like 2 minutes 50 something, just loading up right hands, because I caught the guy early, and he was going. He was jiving with me, he was talking, he was saying I couldn't hit. He said, you hit like a pussy and stuff like that. So it was a little bit like I wanted to just make sure I got him. And when I took him out of there, he advises for Reactpor, so he wanted sparring up with Reactpor. So we sorted a few things out. Didn't come off due to my own personal reasons and stuff that we couldn't get up to Loughborough. But then eventually Al like kept looking. He took a shine into me, and then we linked up last week, all confirmed with the board early this week. So I'm now managed by Al Siesta. So we're looking at some big things. First, I'm looking at February 26th, the next fight. Not looking past that. Then after that, we've got a few things that are hopefully going to come off. If they do, happy days. If they don't, he's got a plan.
He's such a well-linked man as well. We were talking about him a minute ago off camera, and he hasn't just got links over here. Like, he is just genuinely one of those. He's not like a mainstream boxing face, like boxing fans know Al Siesta, but he is linked to everyone. Sort of has done business or has been around Al. He's just so well connected. So for you, it's ideal, isn't it?
Yeah. But he even said to me, he goes, "Look, I'll get you fights if we have to fight internationally. Like if like the BBFC at the moment, like with January, they shut off all shows. He goes, look, if I have to get you abroad on one of my shows abroad," I looked at him like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I've got a lot going on in like Eastern Europe, Russia. I'll get you fights around there, whatnot." I was just like, okay, fine. He goes, I was like, "But look, I don't want to be in the away corner. It's like I'm not going there to just go as a I'm going into like what going on the right." He goes, no. He goes, "You're in the home corner. It's my show." I was like, "Oh, this guy is really linked up."
Yeah. So fingers crossed everything sort of goes smoothly February 26th, because that is there and that has to be done, of course. But you said there's potential big things in the works. I don't know if I can mention it. I think I can. Potentially an English. It's been mandated by the board, yeah. So either it was meant to be an English eliminator.
It's an eliminator,
but
definitely. Basically, Josh had some words with VIP Boxing. One of the people from there, they wanted a fight between me and a lad by the name of Nathan Corliss. And they suggested it for an eliminator for the English title. Me and Josh both agreed, look, it's the sort of moves that we want to be making. They offered it on their show in April, but due to Ramadan, I don't want to fight in April. And I've said that. I said, look, I'm not fighting during Ramadan. Now that I'm a pro, now that I can control my own career a little bit, as an amateur, it's a bit different. You've got no choice. You fight. That's the show. That's it. It's not going to change because of you. There's not another championship coming up. So this was like, I'm not fighting in Ramadan. So we were originally looking at later towards the end of the year, but they said, look, we want it sort of first half is what they were saying. And then when we linked up with Al Siesta, he's talking about getting that on. Hopefully, as Dion Juma has vacated, he's saying, look, we might be able to get it for a title, but it is definitely an eliminator. So if it comes off, we'll see what Al has. He's got a few things that he's put in the works with like TV companies and stuff, but obviously nothing's confirmed, nothing is set in stone. So I'm not going to say it and jinx it, sort of thing. If it happens, happy days. If it doesn't, we've got a plan for something else,
I'd say now I don't want to say it, but I think people will know what you're sort of getting at. So if you were to fight potentially for the English title, if it's made for that, or even if it is an eliminator, we spoke about Al being well connected. Could you potentially have a television debut on the horizon?
Yeah, it's something that Al has spoken about. He's linked up with Sky through Reactpor. He's done a few bits with Sky here and there. Used to be with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, used to do a lot with them, but now I think it's more with Sky and the Boxer.
And let's be honest, Reactpor on Sky as well is like he's one of the big dogs. He's one of the main men they're invested into. So if Reactpor's at the top of the show, there is big potential for you to
exactly. Al was spoken about that having on like a Reactpor fight, or even having on a show with because I'm Pakistani. He goes build on the Pakistani fan base as well with the Azims, because they've got a lot of fans with Sky. They've got a lot of fans in general. So then it's opening the doors to get in more support So, but I said to him, look, whatever happens, wherever it is, if TV, not, I'll fight. So he's talking good. He's got a plan set. Me, Josh, and him, we've all agreed. Look, we want to start moving up. We want to start having proper opponents. Sort of like the last one. The guy, he said to me, 7-0 Stevie Taylor. Shout out to him, respect to him. He said to me on the stairs, and he can confirm this story. He said to me, "I'm not coming just to lie down. I'm coming for a scrap, and I'm coming to fight." And I said to him, "Good. I don't want someone coming to lie down. I want someone who's coming to fight, who's going to come and give me a dig." So the next fight, February 26th, we're looking at an 8-rounder with someone durable. We want someone who's going to come, give a good account of himself as well, but then also try and put me through rounds. So if we could get 8 rounds out of it, perfect, because then it builds us in good stead for if the eliminator comes off 10 rounds, if it's whatever it is, we're going to be moving up now. So having done 5 fights and only done 10 rounds in all 5, out of all the 5, going straight into it would be nice to get a good, even if it's 6, 7. It might not be 8, but getting more rounds in, because then it builds the experience, and it shows not just myself, because we do it in sparring, but it shows Josh, it shows Al that, Anis can do 7, 8 rounds in a fight. Because obviously fighting and sparring are kind of different. So, yeah, so it's all looking up. We're looking to progress. So it's, looking forward to the journey that we're going to go on now.
I feel like it's already come quite a long way from the first interview we done, which wasn't even that long ago. That would have been like the start of 2021.
Yeah, it's been a year. It's we had a lot of, what was it? The title about my style is a bit like Roy Jones and Muhammad Ali, and we had a
little bit of stick for that, but kind of maybe I done you dirty with the title.
I enjoyed it, so I don't mind. But we've come a long way. Like then, what were we? We were talking about what I've done in the amateurs. About this and that, and then fast forward a year, I've got 3 fights, 3 stoppages, 2 in the first round, 1 in the third round. I'm 5-0, 4 knockouts, 3 of them first round knockouts. Got to get that in there. But it's come a long way, huh? Yeah, heading in the right direction, and looking to build on it, and not through we're not looking at getting someone who's going to come in and lie down. That's not what we want. Some people might want, however, everyone has their own, as I say to my father, everyone's got their own journey. Everyone's got a different way that they're going to make it to the top. Everyone's got their own path. And our path is a little bit different to the people who've come before us. It's different to the people who will come after me in the same way. Whatever the way is, everyone's got their own path. So this is a path that we've got now. So, like they say, play the hand you're dealt.
Right, just finally, we said about the first interview we done was about a year ago. Yeah. Let's theoretically fast forward to the interview that we do at the start of 2023, because I will be here, because like I said to Josh, I feel like I work for this gym now, because I'm always fucking here. The interview we do at the start of 2023, what have you got in your head that you would like to have achieved by then? Obviously, it sounds like if you're to fight for the English, you would want to be English champion. Yeah. Perhaps a number of fights or anything potentially you want to achieve around boxing, maybe outside of the ring, just in terms of sort of your boxing game.
So a year from now, hopefully, so I'm 5-0 now. Hopefully 4 fights. I want to have at least 4 fights, but I want them to be 4 meaningful fights in the year. It's at minimum. So if we got this one in February. That's a start. Then we've got, whatever happens after. We've got April. April is out, but then there's English title fight. If it's an eliminator or the fight, whatever it is, this year, end of this year, start of next year, I would hope to be English champion. I would hope to have started climbing up the international rankings, so the world rankings. So moving towards, if it is moving towards like, a whichever, I don't really care, like WBA, WBC, WBO, whichever, like, an international title sort of thing, moving towards that sort of level where you're not picking at world level exactly, but you're on the fringes of that. So, and then 2023, hopefully get up to world level. That's what the plan would be. So we'll see if it happens. Hopefully, God willing, it will.
God willing. Happy days, Anis. Pleasure as always. 15 minutes in the bank. Good luck for everything leading up to February the 26th, and that will be the next time I will see you. And look for a big performance.
Hopefully so. Nice one. And I want to thank everyone here who watches IFL TV. If they watch it for Oscar putting up naughty titles, or if they watch it for my beautiful face.
It's definitely not for that. It's for the type.
It's definitely not. They see the thumbnail and they're like, you know what, this guy looks a bit like Paulie Malignaggi, as I've had a few.
You do.
Few times. Yeah. Even Sonny Edwards, we were on a live stream. He was like, yeah, you look like Paulie. I was like, thanks. It's getting it a lot now, so might have to start talking with a bit of Italian accent, you know.
The Cruiserweight Malignaggi. There we go. Anise, top man.